Hi, this is Will. Today's YouTube video will just be using ChatGPT to go ahead and transcribe some handwritten notes into some computer text generations. We're going to use those computer text generations to go ahead and put into our system that we just have to go ahead and do because reasons. More specifically, I have a friend who works long hours inside of an office space. His job is pretty simple, but a little bit mundane. His job is just to go ahead and transcribe a series set of hand-filled forms from sign-in guests. These are generally your forms that you'll see whenever you enter things like a doctor office space, or if you enter into some kind of XYZ DMV tax office, anything like that. Primarily, these documents are going to be one of two things. One, they're going to be handwritten, or two, they're going to be virtually filled. Unfortunately, my friend has the first option of handwritten. So today we're going to help him out. We're going to go ahead and make a new document that will go ahead and parse the handwritten notes of my friend into the computer so that way he can go ahead and make his job just that little bit easier. Hopefully, by the end of today's video, we'll have some kind of script that will go ahead and transcribe these images. Before we dive into the details, let's quickly review the general steps involved in the process. First, we need to compile all notes into a format that can be easily accessible by a smartphone, as my friend doesn't wish to have any excess expenses on unnecessary things such as Raspberry Pis and their accompanying camera modules. We also need to make sure that the phone is placed on a stand to make scanning photos easier, and that we can then separate those photos into handwriting and computer-generated text subcategories. Finally, we need to ensure that all data is correctly copied and pasted into the relevant fields, with proper verification to catch any errors. Without further ado, let's dive into the details of how the script works and how you can use it to make your office work just a little bit easier. To make sure that all documents can be parsed correctly, we need to ensure that they are readable in both in handwriting and in text entry fields. This includes things such as sign-in sheets, introductions, or other similar documents where you are required to have a handwritten portion and a text-generated portion from the computer. As an example, I created a Hello World sheet with my own handwriting to use as a test case to test our software capabilities. Yes. There we go. That should pretty much cover everything. Ta-da! After doing a bit of digging, I realized that the code from scratch would be a bit complex and would not meet my one-day deadline. I'm currently studying for the GRE and I'm working a full-time internship, so I'm a bit packed at the moment, unfortunately. To accommodate for time, I will be using Google Lens for OCR, or optical character recognition, to transform our text from handwriting and computer-generated font into one single copy action, where this copied text will be stored in our operating system's clipboard, like so. We will use our favorite assistant and editor, ChatGPT, to set up a mock boilerplate of functionality in Python. I will use ChatGPT at first to generate a general structure due to time constraints, but we will later need to custom code our own elements into the program due to the complexity of our code's operations. First, we need to take a copied text from the system and verify we have its input data. This can be as simple as having a text file open and copying our Google Lens results onto there after each scan, or just having a general print statement function. This will allow us to store the data temporarily, to later paste into some search or query term for our main operating system. Full details of this script implementation will be in the link to Git below. We will use add-on Paperclip to get elements of our clipboard and pass its data into the Py script. We will then use keyboard to input Ctrl-V or other commands needed, akin to Selenium or other keys toolboxes found in Python. Just know that these definitions will be also explained fully in the Git below.